increase, and also with the global inflation, it's definitely going to affect them too. So I would say it's an increment is not out of place. An increment is not out of place, but I think my issue, the first time it was an 100% increase that they pushed for. 100%, let's do a 50%. Okay. And right now, even of the country, let's say people like the there's another department like that,
anyway.
So what I expect, we can actually have the fuel a lot on either the Nigeria has the biggest force around. I mean, I think it's driving technology. You have where prices go up, but they have their products out online. Now, have gone up by 50%. Definitely not. So it's definitely going to affect a lot of things. And another angle of it, I know the last time I was here, we for received before for they don't
want to do that.
Maybe we should start. Maybe we should start. Because I position I listing going for the 50% increments that. Okay, they could raise investment, they've diversified, they've entered more. I think for me it's too much. It's a good call. I would question the 50%. I've observed so far it's gonna affect a lot of things because people will have more excuse not to make meetings. There are a lot of virtual meetings in today's world without buying data. You're like, well, me back to the drawing board to really assess you. To sue to sue these people for a date to kick against that. So let's see where we head on this and the conversation. But and the cost of operation. Dollar is, if you compare dollar from 2014 or 2013 to dollar of now, dollar we're now going up between 1.7 and 1.5, 1.7, 1.5 ahead. So you can see that there's a huge difference. And then of course we need to think about sustainability. And I don't know if it's because of all of these things, because in the past couple of days, network has been
listening now, must have received, I don't want to mention the service provider anyway, domestically and internationally. And I believe that is part of it. But before we continue, I just wanted to put it out there. Business technologist Emmanuel Amogu, who happens to be once again the co-founder of Intern City Hub and the host of Tech Rounds on Tech Build Africa, is live here in the studios of Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lake. Added to that, we are streaming this program on Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM. You can join the conversation by dropping your comments in the live section, and of course we'll be here to read your comments. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call if you have any questions. Of course, our guest is here to answer that. So Mr. Emmanuel, while we wait for call, put this out there now, while tech cooperatives they have been fine with a price control mechanism due to the industry's role in the Nigerian economy, industry experts argue that recent economic changes have made current prices unsustainable. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that, and what are your thoughts on this? And now, what propelled this tariff?
So innovation. So between 2020, I don't wanna have 5G.
Yes.
And I think the last time I came here, even everywhere you can access it.
Access the 5G.
It's not device, and then your SIM needs to be able to read
have that particular
read
service.
that protocol. Yes, exactly. So I mean, but if you look at when 5G came out, it's been a long time now. So why don't we have it like well like seated in the Nigerian digital economy,
as opposed to 4G, which is a recent mobile?
Exactly. So you could see that maybe we keep like I said, we play catch ups all the time. We keep playing the catch up. So I think in that area, because I think we should have gone past the areas of when we're on virtual calls and so like the network situation in Nigeria is sometimes it can be very shaky. It can kill productivity, it can kill creativity, because when you're like saying something, you're wondering if the person is still there.
Hear you.
And
so
exactly
sometimes there's a
call for our course. So we had other people in diaspora joining the call. So when we're talking, I noticed that there was this buffering. So I need to now master that. I need to know that, okay, when I speak, between the time between the space where I'm speaking and the person is listening, there was a gap, and I need to give 5 seconds pause to just talking. The other person might not be following. So that's an issue. Another situation is, imagine when you've made a presentation and you've presented
There's
so far,
no response.
and someone oh, sorry, we lost you. Can you recap? And you're like, what? For over 10
minutes.
So is that
so
crazy?
Do I have to now start
again?
all over?
And then when you start again, I bet you might not give the same energy you gave into presenting that thing. And by that means we're losing, and you can't give could be 50 or renegotiated to a
Yeah.
30 or
30 or
15.
15,
Let's
okay.
hope that, because we really need to. Network is still very poor.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe we don't really, we are even complaining, but just go. By the time you're going into the nooks and crannies, you discover that you're not connected anymore. So, and I heard that some part of the maybe USSD or
or even
transfer or bank app, you don't try
okay.
that. So
Wow.
that's why they thrive on POSs. Okay, it's more conducive to like
Wow.
they do, and then buying cash and all of those
Okay.
stuff. And then you see that if the increment happens, like the charges on POS is going to go up, because telecoms charges are going to. I think last year there was this news that the banks are not releasing the money due to the telecom companies. Like, you can buy airtime from the bank. So there was this issue that the banks are not releasing the money in time to the telecoms companies. So that means we have a lot of monies lying around somewhere that they can. Thoughts against that was the telecom companies. They were like, okay, that before they get these monies, it will not have the same value like as the time it was being owed. There are other things they can actually work internally to ensure that there is enough cash flow to run their operations, rather than throw the whole problems to the citizens, because that is, I don't know, our leaders, I think that's always their last resort. Just throw everything to the citizens to as the way of solving the problem. So I think instead of just throwing everything on the citizens, they should look inwards, the structure and how their revenue structure, and like I said before, diversifying how their services. Of course, they have mobile banking and every other thing. So there are other avenues to make money, and of course, we have a large population of people that are using. Like I said, Nigeria is the largest population of telecoms users, and yes, MTN has over 90 million subscribers.
Wow.
Airtel has over 60 million.
Okay.
Glo has over 50 million. So these are huge numbers, and you have the customers. So
Okay.
you can diversify and not just give us the whole beauty.
Kindly hold that thought. Let's take this call.
Okay.
This is our first time of having a caller.
Okay.
Good morning, Yologu Banjo. Please, may I know where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Ijayi,
Ijaye. Okay, go on. We're listening.
Lagos State.
Okay, go on. We're
Thank you
listening.
very much.
All right.
I can see that you are actually discussing the telecoms tariff
Yes.
hike.
Yes, sir.
I can assure you that 50% is rather too much
Okay.
because of the following reasons.
All right.
Do you know that they are owing themselves? That is, Telco A may be owing Telco B. Telco C may be owing Telco D. And they're not paying themselves.
Wow.
That is number one. Number two, the banks are also stifling, I don't know whether deliberately, stifling the
My
telecom
guest
industry
just said
by
that.
not paying what is due to them. I think it runs into billions.
Wow.
I happen to also be the national president of the National Association of Telecom Subscribers, who have been at this for quite a while.
Wow.
And we have made submissions. We would have headed for the courts, but because of the tripartite meeting they said they're going to set up in the next 2 weeks, that is why we really haven't, gone to the courts. SERAP has gone to the court, but we are looking at a situation where